was here that God made his first children, not of flesh, but of divine light, angels. Among them was one unlike any other, Lucifer, the morning star. Oh, he was magnificent, shining brighter than the rest, with wings that sparkled like the dawn, and a voice that could silence storms. He stood closest to God, basking in his glory, leading the angelic choir in endless praise. But you see, light casts shadows, and within Lucifer, something began to stir, something God had not created. One day, God spoke, and his words shook the heavens. Let us make man in our image, after our likeness. Lucifer, once filled with songs of praise, now felt a pang of something unfamiliar, envy. Why would God create these fragile beings, molded from dust, and give them dominion over the earth? Why would he call them his beloved when they were so imperfect? God formed Adam from the clay of the earth and breathed life into him. Adam's eyes opened, and the first man beheld creation in all its beauty. The rivers sang, the trees swayed in delight, and the animals bowed before him. Yet Adam was alone. So God took a rib from Adam's side and fashioned Eve, a companion. Together, they were placed in the Garden of Eden, a paradise unlike any other. God walked with them, teaching them, loving them, and giving them one simple command. You may eat freely from every tree, but of the tree of knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat. For in the day you eat of it, you shall surely die. Now, Lucifer watched all this from afar, his heart twisting into something dark and unrecognizable. He whispered to himself, "Why should these mortals be loved more than us, who were born of light?" The envy grew into rebellion, and rebellion into hatred. Lucifer rallied a third of the angels, promising them a new order where they would reign supreme. They waged war in the heavens, a battle of fire and light that tore through eternity. But God, in his infinite power, cast them down. Lucifer fell like a burning star, banished to the depths of the earth. He was no longer the morning star, but the prince of darkness, Satan. In the garden, Adam and Eve lived in peace, unaware of the danger slithering toward them. Lucifer, now taking the form of a serpent, slithered through the shadows of Eden. His voice was like honey, sweet but laced with venom. He found Eve near the forbidden tree and whispered, "Did God really say you must not eat from any tree in the garden?" Eve hesitated, but replied, "We may eat from any tree except this one. If we eat it, or even touch it, we will die." The serpent laughed, a sound that sent shivers through the garden. "You will not surely die. God knows that when you eat of it, your eyes will be opened, and you will be like him, knowing good and evil." Eve looked at the fruit, so ripe, so perfect. Her curiosity and her desire to know overwhelmed her. She reached out, plucked the fruit, and bit into it. It was sweet but bitter, like the taste of regret. She handed it to Adam, and he ate as well. The moment they did, the world changed. Their eyes were opened, and they saw not just the beauty of creation, but its fragility, its decay. They felt shame, covering themselves with fig leaves, for they now knew they were naked. God's voice thundered through the garden.
"Adam, where are you?"
Adam and Eve trembled, hiding among the trees. But you cannot hide from the Creator. He found them, and his sorrow was palpable. "Have you eaten from the tree I commanded you not to eat from?" Adam pointed to Eve. "The woman you gave me, she gave me the fruit.